Good Monday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to tonight's top stories, let's take a look outside our weather window on this Monday. Beautiful weekend and a beautiful start to our work week. Taking you up north for our weather shot today outside our weather window. Looking at our Billy Goat Sky-Fi Tower camera. At the bottom of the screen, you can see the town of Pateros and where the Methow River joins the Columbia. And then about halfway up your screen, there's Brewster also in that shot. A few clouds up north, but all in all, a pretty nice day. We all had to put up with a little bit of that haze, and we're going to see a little bit of windy conditions over the next 2 days. I think especially in Wenatchee, tomorrow will be our windiest day. Not so much on Wednesday, but boy, with the dry conditions, we all could see some of that blowing dust, especially as you're traveling over into the Columbia Basin. And we'll talk much more weather coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. U.S. Highway 2 remained closed today, even though the Bolt Creek fire was reported at 79% contained this morning. Northbound traffic on Blewett Pass was delayed for several hours Friday afternoon after a semi lost control and tipped on its side. And Democratic 8th District Congresswoman Kim Schrier will debate her Republican opponent Matt Larkin October 28 at Central Washington University. But first, our top story tonight, an investigation into an altercation involving a Grant County Sheriff's Office employee has been completed, but the prosecutor's office has not yet announced what, if any, action it will be taking. The sheriff's office said deputies responded to a call on August 6th in the 10,000 block of Dodson Road Northwest, south of Ephrata. It involved an allegation of sexual misconduct with a minor. The sheriff's office said its employee was not part of that allegation. A separate allegation involving an altercation did involve the employee. The Ephrata Police Department is investigating both cases and recently submitted its report on the altercation to the Grant County prosecuting attorney. The sheriff's office said an internal investigation into the incident by an outside investigator has now begun. That investigation is to determine whether the employee violated any agency policies or procedures. The sheriff's office has not identified the employee or the role they serve with the department. U.S. Highway 2 remained closed today, even though the Bolt Creek fire was reported at 79% contained this morning. Northwest Incident Management Team 8 said areas along the highway remain hazardous as the fire continues to destabilize the terrain, causing fallen rocks, rolling debris, and falling trees. The cross-state route over Stevens Pass has been closed since September 10th, when the fire was first reported north of Skykomish. It has burned an estimated 10,220 acres. Washington State Department of Transportation crews were out today inspecting problem areas along the highway and have not yet estimated when US 2 will reopen. In other news, northbound traffic on Blewett Pass was delayed for several hours Friday afternoon after a semi lost control and tipped on its side. According to the Washington State Patrol, shortly before 4:30, a semi towing a trailer was traveling northbound 6 miles north of the summit when the driver lost control while negotiating a left curve, drove on the right shoulder, re-entered the roadway, and then tipped on the passenger side. The driver, 39-year-old Benjamin B. Celestin of Miami, Florida, was not injured, but does face charges of driving with wheels off the roadway. The northbound lane was closed for over 4 hours after that accident. Democratic 8th District Congresswoman Dr. Kim Schrier will debate her Republican opponent Matt Larkin October 28th at Central Washington University in Ellensburg. It's the first announced face-to-face meeting of the two candidates for a seat that has drawn national attention as Republicans seek to gain control of the U.S. House. The Washington State Debate Coalition announced the debate today in addition to two scheduled debates between Democratic U.S. Senator Patty Murray and her opponent, Republican Tiffany Smiley. The The Schrier-Larkin debate will be at McConnell Auditorium beginning at 7 p.m. It'll be in front of a live audience and be broadcast on multiple platforms. Details on the broadcast have not yet been released. Meanwhile, Murray and Smiley are scheduled to meet October 23rd in Spokane and then again October 25th in Seattle. Well, when we come back, swimming at Blue Heron Park in Moses Lake was shut down Saturday after blue-green algae was detected at the boat launch. The State Department of Fish and Wildlife will once again use aerial drones to survey salmon populations in the upper Wenatchee River. And the State Department of Fish and Wildlife says one of 2 endangered sandhill cranes that were hatched this spring north of Winthrop has survived. We'll tell you more about that coming up. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Football, school, cooler temps. It's almost fall. And what better way to celebrate than with the Fall Kickoff Savings Event at Click It RV? We've got to make room for new inventory, which means you'll save up to 30% off with no money down, 90 days to first payment, and lifetime warranties. With the best floor plans and many options under $40,000, there's never been a better time to buy. Visit us today on Frontage Road off I-90 in Moses Lake or go to clickitrv.com.
Welcome back. In another news, swimming at Blue Heron Park in Moses Lake was shut down Saturday after blue-green algae was detected at the boat launch. The Grant County Health District issued a warning for the rest of Moses Lake and posted signs around the lake urging recreationists to use caution. Toxic algae has been a persistent problem at the lake and can be harmful to both humans and animals. The health district said they'll be doing additional testing at both the Blue Heron Park and other areas of the lake this week. The State Department of Fish and Wildlife will once again use aerial drones to survey salmon populations in the upper Wenatchee River. The agency began a pilot program last year to monitor Chinook salmon spawning from the air. That project continues this week. On Friday through Sunday, a drone pilot will conduct survey flights in Tumwater Canyon west of Leavenworth. Another flight is possible in mid-October. High-resolution images will help assess the spawning habitat and river conditions affecting the migratory fish. The State Department of Fish and Wildlife says one of 2 endangered sandhill cranes that were hatched this spring north of Winthrop has survived and was recently photographed flying with its parents about 6 miles from its nest. A pair of colts were hatched in the Big Valley unit of the Methow Wildlife Area in May, and volunteers who monitor the crane say one disappeared in July, likely the result of a predator. The 2 adults and juvenile are expected to migrate soon to their wintering grounds in the southwest. It's hoped the crane will form a breeding bond between the ages of 2 and 7. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
Hi, I'm Kerry Condata, host of the 12th District TV show right here on the NCWLIFE channel. We're available 5 times a week on air and also at NCWLIFE.com streaming. You can even find our archives for older shows. We cover business and politics like nobody else. From an insider's perspective, someone that's been self-employed for 30 years and in the legislature for 16 years. You'll get it all right here every week on the 12th District. Won't you join us?
The NCWLIFE channel offers marketing packages that help you build your brand and sell your products and services. From traditional TV ads to targeted digital campaigns, let us help you build your customer base. Call NCWLIFE channel today.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE channel. Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's features story, a major figure in Wenatchee's economic development is stepping aside. Linda Haglund, Executive Director of the Wenatchee Downtown Association, announced this month she'll leave that office at the end of February. The Wenatchee Downtown Association aims to help small businesses flourish in Wenatchee's downtown core. Haglund told NCWLIFE's Dan Kuntz the search for her successor is already underway.
A lot happens in my world around the first of the year. There's reporting, there's accreditation, so it isn't really fair to dump that all on somebody. So I'll be staying till the end of February. We have an annual dinner toward that time, and that'll be my last official duty. And yeah, it's time to turn the reins over. Our organization is strong and healthy, and it's time for new vision, and I'm good with that.
And you told your board about your decision quite some time ago.
I did.
Again, it's been kind of on the QT.
It is, yeah.
But that gives them lots of time to find your replacement.
It does, but you know, like everything else, you don't really get on it till you have to, so it's the have-to time, getting on it. So we'll open up with a job description in November, and they'll start the hiring process, and we have a good, strong board, and they'll figure this out. And I'm really proud of them. The conversation with, because we're connected to a state Main Street program, the conversation with our state coordinator is not replacing me. It's where does this organization want to be in the future? And how do we hire for that, right? To set someone up for success, you don't go, you have to do it like the last one did. You go, okay, what's new? And I'm really proud of the board for looking at it that way and walking through where do we want to be. There's a lot happening.
What's the number one skill your replacement's going to have to bring to the table when that time comes in February?
They have to be a people person. It is so relationship based to what we do with our sponsors, with our patrons that come to downtown, like you said, business and property owners. It's relationship based. We pride ourselves on being the connector, the place people come to connect dots and help people. So that skill more than anything else. And you can't really have an opinion on anything, right? We have to just be there to be supportive, give information as it's needed, and we don't have the luxury of being opinionated. We're just, we're a small nonprofit that really cheerleads downtown, and that's everybody in downtown.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. I would like to say congratulations to Linda Haglund. Of the 19 years I've lived here, I think I've known Linda about 15 of those, and congratulations and best of luck to her. We did see a little bit of smoke once again as we head up to the Lake Wenatchee area, and of course the complex of fires that's been burning there since about the first part of August or so made for, boy, lots of hazy and smoky skies up there. We saw some of that haze here today. today, but boy, it was a nice one out there. Temperatures just a shade above normal at 78 degrees today. 76 is our normal high for this time of year. 90, our record high. That was set in 1994. This morning we were at 50 degrees. It felt pretty cool out there this morning. 52 is our normal low temperature and 37, our record cold. That was set in 1983. Sunrise 6:44 this morning and sets tonight at 7:04. Let's take a look now and let you see what you can expect as far as Tuesday temperatures go. And they're going to be a lot like today. The big difference for Tuesday, a little breezy out there, especially in the afternoon. Moses Lake and Ephrata at 78 degrees, 77 in Quincy, and then a little bit cooler back along the I-90 or the Highway 97 corridor. Wenatchee, Eniat, Chelan at 76, and Omak, you'll see a nice day tomorrow too at 78 degrees. Taking a look at tonight and our surface loop, we can expect a little bit of that haze to continue, and then basically mostly clear skies overhead. A light northwest breeze with low temperatures in the mid-50s. Still a ridge up and over the Pacific Northwest. Here's a good shot at that high pressure over us. Do have a landlocked area of low pressure that is throwing some clouds up our way, but it really won't affect us that much other than those breezy conditions tomorrow. Highs in the upper 70s. For Wednesday, not much change. We can expect mostly sunny skies. It will be a nice warm day. High temperature again on Wednesday, somewhere in the upper 70s. And then we'll get back to those breezy conditions on Thursday. High pressure out in the Pacific will gain some strength. And with low pressure in eastern Montana, going to kick up the winds right in the middle, and that's us for Thursday. Fall begins on Thursday. High temperatures in the low 70s to end the work week on Friday. A few showers in western Washington if you're headed that way. Partly cloudy for us and a little bit cooler with highs in the low 70s. And then as we get you into the upcoming weekend, it looks nice. Mostly sunny skies. High pressure once again providing clear skies and mild temperatures. Mid 70s for high temperatures on Saturday, and then by the end of the weekend on Sunday, once again, mostly sunny skies. In fact, all of the western U.S. will enjoy sunshine, high temperatures in the upper 70s. Let's take a look now at that 7-day forecast. Overnight tonight, we'll drop down to pretty nice 55 degrees, 76 tomorrow with some breezy conditions, and then beautiful Wednesday and Thursday, other than that little bit of wind Thursday, 78 degrees, 73 for Friday. And as we get you into the upcoming weekend on Saturday, mostly sunny and 76. Also lots of sunshine to end our weekend on Sunday with a high temperature then of 79. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Some thought it would never happen. The Supreme Court taking away a woman's right to choose. A right to privacy that existed for almost 50 years. It's extreme and dangerous. Now some DC politicians want to ban all abortions with no exceptions for rape, incest, or the life of the mother. As a doctor and mother, I am outraged. As your Congresswoman, I won't stand for it. I'm Kim Schrier, and I approve this message because this fight is now.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Watch Vibrant Living, brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. Find out about programs and activities for ages 50 and over, and meet amazing seniors who contribute to our community. New episodes Sundays at 1:30 p.m., replayed throughout the week on the NCWLIFE channel.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellingson here from Live It Up. Join us every week as we answer your questions on health, wealth, and relationships.
We're all about you creating a life that you love, so tune in to Live It Up.
Looking for the latest news on flying cars, robots, or space travel? The vehicle exploded on the landing pad. Tune in to your weekly tech update with Ray McNeil. New episodes Mondays at 8:30 p.m. on the NCWLIFE channel.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Monday to you. The 19th Bridge of Sportsmanship game between Eastmont and Wenatchee was a case of big plays versus not enough plays, as the Wildcats won it 56-24. Following Eastmont's opening touchdown of the game on a 62-yard run by Colby King, the Panthers hit a 31-yard field goal to make it 7-3. Well, that was all Eastmont from there, as the Wildcats scored on plays of 42, 73, 47, 65, 51, 13, and 35 yards to win its sixth straight Bridge of Sportsmanship game on Friday night. Other Big Nine play, Moses Lake traveled to Yakima, came away with a 47-13 win over Ike. West Valley won its Big Nine opener over Davis 47-7. Sunnyside lost a non-league game to Kennewick 54-20. We'll have Wenatchee and Eisenhower this Friday here on the NCWLIFE channel. Be sure and watch as Grant Olson and yours truly have the call with the pregame at 6:30. Cashmere continued its role in non-league season after a 47-6 win over College Place on Friday. In CTL play, Quincy toppled Tonasket for its first win of the season, 34-14. Okanagan won the backyard brawl over Omak, 47-6. Chelan clobbered Cle-Elum. Cascade bettered Brewster, 56-20. Other Central Washington B-League teams that were in action on Friday included Liberty Bell, who defended their home field with a 50-0 win over Elmira Cooley Heartline. Bridgeport shut out Soap Lake 22-zip. Manson beat Priest River Saturday at Eastern Washington University, 32-12 the final there. On the girls' soccer pitch Saturday, Eastmont topped Moses Lake 4-1. Sebastian Moraga had the call here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Looks like it will be taken care of by Matrichet. Top of the box. The shot. Good maneuver. Red footer. Go, 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 go! Who's been basically leading this charge. It was, oh my goodness, what a shot! What a shot! And well deserved, too.
It was huge. I think we've been playing this way for the last 4 games, and we just needed to find the net more. And so not only did I think we played well, outplayed our opponent, had chances, and we were able to put 4 away. So it's a great win for us, and it shows that our ideas are a work in progress, but it's getting better and better, even with our significant injuries and losses to the season.
It was definitely needed because we have been through so much in the past 2 weeks. We've had lots of injuries and lots of sickness on our team, and I'm just super proud of our girls. We really needed this win because we had to overcome a lot of adversity, but we have a lot of grit and passion, and our team our bond is super close. So I think this win is just amazing for us because we were able to overcome everything, and just working together as a team, we achieved that.
Other soccer scores from Saturday: Wenatchee subdued Sunnyside 7-0. Cascade clobbered Liberty Bell 7-1. Overlake edged Cashmere 2-1. Quincy shut out Warden. Okanagan blanked Cle-Elum, and Reardon beat Brewster, and Davenport toppled Tonasket. We'll be at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl for live soccer action tomorrow night as Wenatchee hosts West Valley. Join us for the action 7 o'clock right here on the NCWLIFE channel. Prep volleyball action. Curlew beat Pateras Friday 3-2 on Saturday. How about Chelan? They became the smallest school to ever claim the Sundome Invite crown. It freighted down Eastmont 3-1, Hanford over Moses Lake, and Omak beat Colville. College football scoreboard from Saturday: Central Washington racked up over 500 yards of offense in a 40-7 win over Simon Fraser. Cameron Ward threw for 299 yards and 4 touchdowns as Washington State beat Colorado State 38-7. Coach Jake Dickert says the Cougs are still learning as they improve to 3-0.
I'm proud of their efforts, and the best part of it is it was a hard-fought win. I know Colorado State played a complete game, and they weren't just going to shut it down in the second half, and there's still a lot to learn. We still didn't play a complete game. You'd like the second half, to keep firing and do some things, but there's a lot that we continue to learn from winning football games.
Meanwhile, Washington shocked 11th-ranked Michigan State 39-28, holding the Spartans to 42 yards rushing, while Michael Penix Jr. threw for 397 yards and 4 scores. Coach Kalen DeBoer, all smiles afterwards.
Oh, man, wow. That was fun. And couldn't be more proud of these guys, the team, the coaches. They're having a lot of fun in that locker room right now. They continue to just every day, show how much they want it and, building that confidence and energy. And I just think it showed how we came out of the blocks right away and, stuck to the game plan.
Eastern Washington had a bye. Well, despite Trey Lance going down with a broken ankle, Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers beat Seattle yesterday 27-7. Garoppolo threw for a touchdown, ran for another as he'll take over for the reins of San Francisco's offense from here on out. Coach Pete Carroll says Seattle couldn't accomplish any of their game plan.
What a distance from 1 week to the next. And the league just reminds you how you get humbled, and we didn't do anything like we wanted to today in the line of scrimmage on either side of the ball. We didn't deal with it right. We had 10 penalties, they had 1. We had 3 turnovers, they had none. It's really hard to win this football game today the way we did it.
Seattle only score came on a blocked field goal and an 86-yard return by Michael Jackson. The Seahawks are back home Sunday against Atlanta. The entire NFC West now 1-1 after the Rams survived against Atlanta 31-27, and Arizona came from behind to beat the Raiders in overtime 29-23. Well, a tough weekend for the Mariners as they've lost 3 in a row now to the Angels. Eugenio Suarez went on the 10-day injured list with a fractured right index finger. Julio Rodriguez, Mitch Haniger both out with back problems. Offense struggled without them as LA won Sunday's game 5-1. They were wrapping up that series earlier today. We'll have highlights, hopefully Mariner highlights tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. The rest of the American League West play on Sunday. Tampa Bay topped Texas 5-3. Houston blasted Oakland 11-2. Astros have now clinched a playoff berth. Toronto leads the AL wildcard chase by 2 games over Seattle despite a 5-4 loss to Baltimore Sunday. Rays are a half game behind the Jays. Baltimore just 4 games back at Seattle, while Chicago continues to close the gap after an 11-5 win over Detroit. Minnesota's hopes remain alive with a 3-0 win over Cleveland. There was a lot of racing at Wenatchee Valley Super Oval over the weekend. We've got those results on our website. Also, the Wenatchee Wild were swept in the Dakotas. They begin the regular season coming up this Friday. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks very much, Grant. Join me for a Tuesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It'll be the last show with my really long hair. I'm getting my hair cut tomorrow. Normally I get it cut today, but my guy doesn't work on Mondays. Good for him. So join me on Tuesday. I'll have your latest weather forecast, your latest news, your latest sports, some fun, some frivolity, and who knows what. I have a tendency to kind of wing it between 7 and 8 a.m. when we're live on this very television station. So join me for a Tuesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Grant, back to you.
Thanks, Dan. And I think I speak for all of us when I say we're glad you're getting your hair cut. That will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com, or you can give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for being with us, and have a great night.
Be sure to tune in each weeknight for sports during the NCWLIFE Evening News. If it's the Mariners, the Seahawks, or any of our local teams, I'll be sure to cover the latest right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE channel.
Hi, I'm Kerry Condata, host of the 12th District TV show right here on the NCWLIFE channel. We're available 5 times a week on air and also at ncwlife.com streaming. You can even find our archives for older shows. We cover business and politics like nobody else. From an insider's perspective, someone that's been self-employed for 30 years and in the legislature for 16 years. You'll get it all right here every week on the 12th District. Won't you join us?